pro-audio community loves gear, and there are many manufacturers that aim to break new ground in audio technology. However, there is one company that seems to almost have a level of notoriety amongst audio engineers. This company is Behringer, and in this video I want to take a look at why this company has the reputation that it does, and give you a couple of reasons why this company has produced some unpopular opinions towards themselves in the audio community. I hope that this video will give you examples on why this company has become so unpopular, because if you were like me, you might have been aware of this company and the community's opinions on them, but you didn't know why. So I did the research to put end to speculations and have actual answers, which I will share with you today. Let's get into it. The question that I'm trying to answer is why people in the community do not recommend buying Behringer gear. This is why I searched specifically for any reasons that gave this company this reputation. The first thing that I stumbled upon was the fact that this company has had several lawsuits against them. These lawsuits claim that Behringer replicates designs from other companies, and it seems to have happened multiple times. Even though these lawsuits have sometimes been dismissed, it has seemed to give Behringer the copycat label within the industry. A little disclaimer that I'm just sharing this information to help people understand why this company has such a bad rap. There are quite a few examples of Behringer being sued for their designs, but I will start with the Macky Lawsuit of 1997. Now, this one ended up being rejected as it was on the premise of violating a trade dress, which relates to the physical appearance of a piece of equipment. Being that was 20 years ago, I had trouble finding a lot on this issue, but I did find this statement from a Google Groups explaining the situation. So here we are, check this out. Macky's lawsuit claims that the defendants conspired to manufacture and distribute copies of Macky audio products using copied layouts and identical components to those developed by Macky with its suppliers. The copies were manufactured and assembled by companies located in China and were sold at a substantially lower price than authentic Macky products. The copied products were distributed in the US and Canada through the Sam Ash companies, which the complaint alleges funded the copying. The lawsuit was seeking $327 million to stop Behringer from producing these knockoff products. This statement we just read also addresses the idea that Behringer products are created with lower quality parts, hence the statement about being manufactured and assembled in China. The next example of a lawsuit taken out on Behringer happened in 2005. This one involved Roland. Check out this thread. The complaint filed in the United States District Court for the Central District of California alleges that at the January 2005 National Association of Music Merchants Industry Trade Show, Behringer announced the launch of a line of guitar effects pedals which replicate the distinctive design features of the Boss pedals, with such painstaking detail that the Behringer pedals are nearly indistinguishable from the Boss pedals. Roland contends that there is no coincidence and that the overall look and feel of Behringer pedals is intentionally designed to confuse customers as to the origin, sponsorship, or affiliation of the Behringer pedals and to capitalize and profit from Roland's success, its impeccable reputation and the goodwill that it has developed over years of hard work. Not only does it seem that Behringer created another knockoff product, but the reports state that the company falsely assured industry retailers that the line of pedals was endorsed by Roland. Unfortunately, I could not find any direct statements from either companies regarding this accusation. It only comes from community threads, so once again, take this information with a grain of salt. Regardless, it is interesting to read about and take into consideration. The last example of these lawsuits that I will bring up happened in 2011 when PV decided to take action against Behringer. So here we are with this one. PV filed a lawsuit in 2009 against Behringer in the U.S. District Court in New Jersey for patent infringement, federal and common law trademark infringement, false designation of origin, trademark dilution, and unfair competition relating to, among other things, PV's patented feedback locating system. More recently, PV filed an action against Behringer in the Southern District of Mississippi, accusing Behringer of infringing a patent relating to the PV Messenger portable sound system. These are the examples I found within a few hours of investigation into the subject. I was reading a few things about a lawsuit between Behringer and Aphex about an audio exciter design, but had trouble finding any statements on it. Let me know in the comments section if you guys know any more of these instances. Trying to be as unbiased as possible here, I think it's hard to accuse Behringer with just this information, as we do not have any actual schematics of these designs to compare, so from my perspective, it could be a complete fluke. However, the fact that there was a lawsuit and some of them were settled out of court makes it seem as if Behringer was aware of their intentions with their designs. The next categories that I've researched has to do with the actual quality of equipment. This is the biggest reason why we should decide to purchase a piece of gear from this company. Sure, the ethical standpoint of a company is important, but the point of my channel is to give you the information you need to create the best music you can in your home studio. And if Behringer gear can help you with that, then you really shouldn't be turned away. However, just looking around the web for a while, I came up with some interesting information from the community about the quality of their gear. For the price of most Behringer gear, I would not give them a hard time for the quality of sound. Just as with most things, you pay for what you get, and some of these posts exemplify that. So it's definitely not fair to hold them accountable for not having the best sound quality, considering that they are budget systems. However, I have found several instances of issues with longevity that you should be aware of. Definitely take these examples with a grain of salt again, as these are only a couple examples of issues customers have had with Behringer. Gear breaks. It is an unfortunate fact of life. These examples here just provide proof that Behringer is not exempt from this fact, and that this gear is notorious for having issues early on in the product's life. I used to use a DDX3216 in my studio a couple years back as a monitor and feedback controller, and it proved to be very unreliable. Had to be sent back for repairs, then the fan went out and I replaced that myself. I finally replaced it and retired the DDX3216 to my teen son's band for his live rig. It has been okay there, but not the tape. Now the tape returns are dead and a couple of the channels are dodgy. I also used the Behringer headphone amps after a year. The first one lost 2 out of the 4 channels. The second one was okay, but I replaced it with a much better system with individual mixers for the talent. And literally right below it, Behringer B300 PA speakers. Sounded great for a couple of months with light use. Then one tweeter went, taken to the shop to be fixed. Then the other tweeter went, taken to the shop to be fixed again. Broken again, fixed, broken, etc., etc. Now, I know I'm focusing on the negative posts here, and I do want to mention that some people love their Behringer gear. However, it really does seem as though there are more of these types of posts than the ones praising Behringer for their designs. A lot of manufacturers produce even more nice sounding, good looking, and reasonable priced gear with a right to live. Maybe they have one unit that does not live up to the expectations, but in general, these manufacturers do a good job. Now, complete different story with Behringer. They offer a lot of bad sounding, cheap looking, and not reasonably priced gear. But does Behringer also offer 1 or even 2 units that do not live up to the expectations since they actually do sound good? Nothing comes to mind. Can you guys think of anything? And literally right below it, Edison was great for about half an hour before it broke and toasted some other gear in the process. So there you go. It's just, not looking very good for Behringer here. The last thing that I want to talk about in this video has to do with customer service. I would say straight away that this fact should not dissuade you from buying the company's gear, as most companies will have mixed reviews on customer service. This is because a company hires representatives for this job, and it can vary greatly depending on the representative that you are in contact with. That being said, there have been a significant amount of reports in which Behringer customers have been dissatisfied with the customer service that they have received. So it is important to keep in mind that if you are having trouble with your equipment, it may be more difficult to get it sorted out than you first anticipated. Let's take a look at some of these scenarios that I found. I found these reviews at customerserviceboard.com. Let's read through some of them. Here we are on the customer service scoreboard. This is literally just the page that talks about Behringer reviews for their customer service. Let's read a couple of them. First one, I purchased a iNuke NU3000 DSP. I wasn't even driving it anywhere near its maximum, and it died after a few months and wouldn't power on. It was now sent for repair 3 months ago, and after countless emails, I still don't have it back. I could never really rely on these professionals' use unless I carried it around too. Second one of the worst customer service I've ever had to deal with. Called warranty many times and no one answers the phone. Called parts and services, they answer, just hangs up their phone. So once again, not looking very good for Behringer. So I finally think I understand why this company gets such a bad rap in the audio community. With all this being said, I'm not going to say do not buy Behringer gear. Even though there has been a significant number of cases in which customers have not had a great experience with this company, I still think the gear works for the most part. And I mean, it's very inexpensive. Not everyone is going to have thousands of dollars to spend on high-end audio gear, so this is where Behringer comes in. I guess what you should take away with this video is that you truly get what you pay for with audio equipment, and there's a reason why Behringer has the reputation that it does. So hopefully this video cleared things up for you regarding this company. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Definitely like this video and subscribe for more audio related content, and until next time, have a good one.